Well, for a 1-0 game and a 1-1 game 2 nights in a row, that was pretty hard-fought hockey. It was good hockey for us. Good, you know, we still play so many young guys to learn how to be in games like that, and I thought our compete level was tremendous all weekend. Real happy with how we competed and hung in there. We were rusty. And you know, with what happened to us this week, it affected our game, but it didn't affect how hard we played. You know, with 8 guys down with we think food poisoning, and then so no excuse because that's why I'm mentioning it because our guys just sucked it up. Plus the 4 guys coming back, and adversity, you got to handle it, and I give our guys a ton of credit.
After a game like that, do you say to Brett, maybe we'll do this again in March? I mean, that seemed like a playoff type game.
Oh yeah, it was. You got to be ready to play games like that. I mean, they play a stingy defensive game now, and you have to play in it because they got guys that can hurt you. And we really held them to not much all weekend, and they held us to not much all weekend. But
is that maybe the most rewarding thing out of this weekend? Is that your guys didn't chase the game; they stayed with it and kept battling even when rusty.
Yeah, I mean, it is your compete level and stay patient to it. We had actually talked exactly about this when we came back from Christmas, and though the 4 guys weren't here. You know, going down the stretch the first half, we didn't have a lot of close games. We kind of stretched some, and that's not how it's going to be. And you have to know, you have to have a patience to play in a game like that because we get excited and want to be to the offensive side. And let's knock on wood. We hope that the series like that really is going to pay dividends down the road.
Talk about patience on that winning goal. Cooley just waits and waits and waits until he's got net.
Right. I mean, it was Brock Faber was a beast tonight, and he may have been the best player on the rink, but he makes the play in the defensive zone, stays on top of the puck, breaks it up, and then Cooley's going to do what only a guy like Cooley can do. And it was a highlight goal. Great for the fans, for us, for our home fans, obviously, to feel that win because they saw a very good hockey game tonight.
How did Cooley come back from World Juniors and just be able to handle this big load of games?
There's 2 things with it. Over the years, I'll be more general with all the groups you see. They're beat up, but they're young. It's going to hit him tonight because they get a little adrenaline. And they need to now, you know, right now we have to watch our time in January with those guys. Some come back quicker, doesn't phase them. And then we have a bye the first week of February, which will come quick because we're almost mid-January here. And just gut it through, and then they'll get a good week where they can recharge their battery, and I will lock his equipment in the equipment room. all of them, Snuggie, and they'll need the rest.
That's career win number 100 for you as a Gopher coach. How exciting was that to get it in this type of game?
Well, I heard that after the game. I just darn glad we won the game. The fact that it's got a number behind it, that's, you know, it's good. I just wanted to win a game.
How much fun was the between periods seeing all those guys from the other 3 team come back?
There sure are a lot of little kids. They've been busy, that group. I mean, the hallway was full.
Yeah. Early on, I thought your penalty kill was pretty important with them taking, you know, they had 3 power plays in the first 22 minutes, I think it was, just keeping them.
Both nights our penalty kill did a real good job. We had to make a little adjustment, but, you know, it starts with your goalie. We didn't give much up. I mean, we didn't give much up all weekend. And for a team like us to learn to play like stingy like that is big.
How nice is it for like a younger team to play in a series against an older team like this?
Well, it's a huge grow up. You know, when you get into the playoffs, it's not best 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 7 where you adjust. The draw, you don't know who you draw, and you have to have series like this throughout your season, your book, your book of work that you're doing that you can draw back on, because sometimes you get these defensive, you know, type, you know, system teams that do that, and you got to be prepared to play in it.
You're not going to see him on the score sheet tonight, but Pillock, I thought, seems to be playing with just a ton of confidence.
You saw that the last month and a half of the first half. He's feeling pretty good right now. That's why with Hughlin coming, and we thought Brody Lamb. We thought that line is raising up right now.
Would you like to put the source of the food poisoning on blast right now?
We don't know for sure. It all happened after a team meal, and it happened to all the guys at the same time. So that's what made us look, and then it was over. And then they blew through it. More wins than one. They blew through it. But it was nasty. And then, so 8 guys. We had 2 that are not here tonight. So, and that might be the good news if it was, because, you're hearing bad stories on the flu last, and it was this adversity. You gotta have it all if you're going to be a good hockey team. Just figure it out.
Justen, on a big ice sheet with all that offensive talent on both sides, we're not supposed to see these defensive struggles like this, are we?
Defensive struggles?
I mean, it seemed like, not a lot of goals all weekend for either team.
Offensive struggles.
Okay.
Yeah, low scoring games where teams aren't scoring. I think defense played pretty well on both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. That was what I meant.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure.
Just back-to-back nights with big crowds, how good did that feel to play in front of?
It's fun, and the energy in both buildings. Last night in their rink, and again today on Sunday afternoon for our fans to show up. Bringing that energy. Once we scored, we knew it was gonna be loud, and yeah, it's a good feeling to have that crowd behind us.
So Coach just mentioned the food poisoning problem. How did you guys battle through that this weekend?
We just don't eat. We just don't want to risk it. I don't know. Yeah, it's not a good sickness to have. Hopefully it was food poisoning and it's just a one-off kind of thing and doesn't run its course. But stuff like that. The season's gonna happen. I've been sick a few times myself, so it happens. But we've got a lot of guys in our locker room who are ready to play and ready to fill in spots, and this week can prove that again.
Your coach talked about this being the kind of game that you're going to have to play in March, where these where both teams are playing really well defensively. There's not a lot of chances. I mean, just any flashback to the games in Worcester or anything like that, just where every shift and every inch is tough.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, yeah, he's right. Those are the kind of games you play down the stretch, more tight checking, more more close, more defensive maybe.
Yeah.
And those are the games you got to learn to play. You got to be comfortable to play with a 1-goal lead, and you got to be comfortable playing from 1 down too, and make a push. So I think a game or a weekend like this, going into the second half of the season, is good for us. Kind of set the tone.
Yeah.
When you're playing in kind of tight, tense games like that, no scoring, what do you do to kind of settle yourself or even settle your teammates to make sure that they're not letting it get to them?
I think we, even though we're a young team, I think everybody's got experience. As if you didn't, you wouldn't be at this point already. I know it's a little bit bigger stage, but everybody's got experience. Everybody knows how to handle it, and I think as long as we keep our game simple in those moments and make the smart plays, make the right plays, and I think we can, then we're usually pretty good.
All your experience, is there anything you mentally anchor yourself to with a game like this?
What do you mean, like down the stretch, or?
Just like playing a 1-1 game like this, where it's gonna be low scoring and every goal will be.
No, I mean that's just the most fun. So there isn't really much that mentally anchoring you need to do. It's fun to be out there and it's fun to be a part of that. So you gotta love that.
What do you focus on every time the puck comes down at you?
Just trying to make a read on the play. Nothing like I'm not saying to myself don't let it in or anything. Just trying to make the right reads and let instinct take over.
These first 22 minutes, they had 3 power plays. Just your coach talked about making little adjustments on the PK, but just tell us about that stretch of the game and keeping them off the board there, how important that was.
Well, their power play was really clicking all weekend. I don't think did they score one on the power play? No, but they had a lot of good chances and they moved it around pretty well. And so to give up 3 power plays in the first wasn't ideal, but I love how our boys battled and competed and put their bodies on the line to block shots. And going off your question, nobody panicked, and we know we got the guys who can kill it. So.
What do you think it says about Logan Cooley, just that he can play the amount of games he has in the past couple of days and be part of both the goals tonight?
Yeah, well, he's just, he's an athlete. Some guys got it. Some guys are made for those moments, and some guys have got that finish. So, I'm sure he'll be looking forward to his day off tomorrow. But yeah, he was ready to go tonight.
When you saw Faber make that play in the defensive zone to get the puck there to eventually end the game, did you think, boy, something's going to happen here with the way Faber played?
Well, you never know, but I did know it was a hell of a defensive play as soon as he made it. He skates so well and his stick's so good, and you know, he popped that thing and just started going the other way, and you know, it made the play what it was. So yeah, it was a special play. Yep,
Thanks,
thank you
Justen.
guys.
Congrats. Logan, welcome back. Tell us about the winning goal.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't want it to go to overtime. I couldn't even feel my legs anymore. But you know, it was a great defensive play by Faber. He got it up to me, and you know, I saw the defender slid on both knees and try to take it lateral, and luckily it went in.
What was the conversation like with Bob, like when you got back from World Juniors? I think he said he wanted to talk to you guys about, do you feel good enough to play this weekend? Like, was it no question for you that you wanted to play this weekend?
Yeah, before we even made World Juniors, I think he told us we were playing in this one. So no, but you know, any chance you get to play like a team like St. Cloud, you know, they had such a fun building to play in, and obviously Mariucci was rocking tonight too. So it was, you know, a great atmosphere, a great series, and you know, our team played great today.
How well are you going to sleep tonight, you think?
Oh, I might hibernate these past 2 days. No, but much better. I'll sleep much better with the win.
Your coach said he's locking your equipment in the room. You're not going to have access to it.
Yeah, gladly.
Just overall, you know, this kind of tight defensive game atmosphere. You know, your coach said this is the kind of game you need to learn to win in March. You know, when it's a one-game playoff, that kind of thing. Do you feel like this was kind of a lesson for your team?
For sure. I mean, just like, you know, I watched the game last year when the Gophers played those tight games, and you know, once it gets towards the end of the year, there's not much ice out there. You know, you have to make smart plays the whole time, and you know, like you know, the players said it in the locker room, and even coach, you know, it gets tighter towards the second half, and you know, it was good for our team to go through that.
How was the experience at World Juniors?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, anytime you could play in Canada, you know, their fans are so passionate, and you know, anytime you get to represent your country too on a world stage, it's really an honor. And you know, we came up short, but you know, we still took bronze, and it was a great atmosphere and a great time for sure.
Where do you keep your medal?
You know, I'll definitely hang it up in the dorm there, but you know, wish it was gold, but we'll take it.
How nice was it to bring 3 other teammates with you for that too?
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, just to have, you know, another comfort level, and you know, I got to room with Snuggerud, so it was nice to, you know, have him there and go through that experience with him.
In case we don't talk to you in the middle of the week this week, any thoughts about going into Notre Dame? Any, you know, you might hear from fans a little bit or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, that's kind of in the past now, but
Yeah.
you know, it was. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about that, and you know, we're going to hopefully get 2 wins there.
You know, as a pretty young team, you guys played a pretty experienced team today against St. Cloud. Was that challenging for, you know, you guys as young freshmen, or do you are you already confident with all the experience you've had, such as in the World Juniors?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're such an old team. You know, they play simple the whole game. You know, they don't cheat for offense or anything like that. You know, definitely playing in big moments. You know, at the NTDP and obviously the World Juniors, you know, you have that confidence to, you know, not get nervous with the puck or anything. So, you know, we have a great freshman group in there, and you know, we're all well prepared, and yeah, we don't get nervous or anything like that.
Is this a tough environment though to keep the puck possession and stay calm and not panic and not maybe follow your instincts to make plays?
Yes and no. I mean, obviously you're trying to do what's best for the team and you know, help the team win in any way. But you know, I think it comes down to just your instincts, whether you could beat a guy wide or you need to pull up and, you know, wait for different players at the time. But obviously it's just instincts, and you're gonna make the right play at the right time.
Did you look at the clock after the game was over?
No, I did not actually.
There were 18 seconds left. I know you wanted to wear 18, so maybe that was appropriate.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was definitely good to get that one over. Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks, Logan.
And congrats on the medal.
Thank you.